For anybody who has not heard the name Diddy since the early 90s or maybe even ever in your life, I wish I lived on whatever alternate universe that you are currently existing in because you are better off. Believe me, if you have no idea what I'm talking about or referring to right now, this is a beautiful thing. But for the rest of us, I want to tell a story that has not yet been told. I want to tell a story that is not being told about something that many people on this planet are currently fixated on. And that is the story of why a P. Diddy was allowed to exist. Now, everybody has their own stance and their own opinion as far as did he or did he not. Most of us, because we have eyes to see, ears to hear, discernment within ourselves to understand or to recognize what we're seeing as opposed to being gaslit out of it, we can see that he indeed did it. Simple as that. Allegedly, right? I got to put that for YouTube purposes or whatever platform this is going to be housed on, allegedly. But what I want to get into is a little more of a nuanced conversation of why is it that an individual such as Diddy was allowed to get away with the things that he got away with? And why are those who are in that position allowed to get away with what they get away with? And oftentimes we talk about this power dynamic. We talk about individuals in places of power, right? And we kind of leave it there. Individuals who have money, who have status, who are socially positioned in a way where they have power over the majority in some way. But something that has not been touched upon, at least I haven't heard of it anywhere that I've heard anything about P. Diddy or any of these other individuals who are being outed for their true character, is the fact that celebrity worship is at the foundation and at the core of why these individuals are allowed to exist. The reason why a Diddy or anybody like a Diddy is allowed to perpetuate their own evil deeds in this world is because we allow for it to. Now, I'm not maybe saying you and I, right? Because you and I have never been in a room with that individual right there. You and I have never been to one of those baby oil filled white parties. You and I were never there. But there are individuals like ourselves who were in those situations, who were around, who were seeing things, hearing things, but were turning an eye, turning an ear to it. And it's not necessarily because these people were evil or they were a part of it in an active role. They became a participant by their own fear. They held these individuals as somebody who was essentially more valuable, more powerful than themselves within their own lives. Now, again, I'm not saying that there is not a real power dynamic. What I'm saying is that we are the ones who continue to perpetuate a power dynamic. When we walk into a room and we believe that somebody has more quote unquote importance than ourselves because they're a quote unquote celebrity. For example, I recently did a video talking about the entire Chris Brown meet and greet situation and how there was a young man being shamed for leaving a relationship because God forbid he had enough self-respect to leave a quote unquote relationship with an individual who could not respect their relationship enough to pass by a chance to get a lap dance from another man. Now, if Chris Brown was just a random dude on the street about to give his girl a lap dance, anybody else with a just a reasonable brain would have said, well, of course that man should leave. If it was the vice versa, of course that woman should leave that relationship. That's a no-brainer. Have some respect for yourself. But instead, damn near 50% of the people who were pointing their opinions at this individual were shaming him into getting back in the relationship, never leaving at all, and projecting their own lack of self-respect or their own lack of relational dignity onto this situation. But it's Chris Brown, though. I don't give a damn if it is Darth Vader, Master Yoda, the whole Jedi squad. I don't give a damn if it's Buddha, Krishna, or Jesus. The fact that somebody is allowed to get away with such actions and people can write it off is the problem. That is the P. Diddler problem, okay? The individual who we give this made up perceived power in our heads. We have individuals on a daily basis. Kanye West, you're just going to be picked on. You're catching strays today. Yes, brother, you're catching strays. This is an individual who has clearly and clinically been shown that this is an unstable person, somebody whose opinion should not be taken serious in any respect, and yet time and time again we bypass. We emotionally bypass, we mentally bypass how this person is actually showing up, the things in which they're doing, the very things that somebody else would never, God forbid that be somebody down the street from you who nobody else knows beside you and your family. If that person were to do some of those heinous things, and to move in the way that they're moving, they would not just be canceled from the online world. They would be done so, locked up in a cell, gone forever under the jail. But this is, again, it comes back to this thing of we have created an image in our minds. We have created false gods for ourselves. I got a project coming out, a music project called Do Not Be Afraid. There's a song on there. It is track number 4, I believe. And the track is titled False Gods. Make sure you listen to that song on there. False gods. We have created false gods of other human beings. And those very same human beings, we then obviously want to destroy once they've shown us their true character, which again, we should always hold anybody accountable who shows themselves to be a hazard to this community. So yes, don't free Dirk. But the fact that these individuals are able to get away with the most suspect behavior the entirety of their tenure, the entirety of their rising up, quote unquote, into this place of prominence within our own minds, our acceptance of these individuals having a more important opinion than our own, the fact that we will hand over a child to this person because they're famous. But that's Michael Jackson, though. I don't give a damn it's Mother Teresa. It's MJ, though. I don't give a damn if it's MT, Mother Teresa. If this individual is not the child or the father of this child or somebody who is responsible for this child and I can trust with this child who has a track record that I can, you are not getting any access to this child. Absolutely not. Nah, but you got to understand. He just loved the kids, though. Y'all don't want to hear this conversation. Y'all don't want to hear this. No. You want to live in your delusion and you want to be mad selectively. What did Chris Rock call it? Selective outrage. We want to have selective outrage while it still benefits us because we get to keep our little false idols. We get to keep our little God. Don't touch mine, though. Don't touch mine. I see this all the time, and I'm about to make a whole video on this. Do not free Dirk. Don't free anybody who is guilty of the things that they have been putting out into the world. Do not free those who have been poisoning the community through the ideas, the concepts, and the imagery that they put out into the world and the ways in which they engage and interact in the world. It is against the law. It is against human law. Lock them up. Damn near throw away the key. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. Consequences are consequences. We're trying to have executioners walking the streets because we like their music? But that's thugger, though. Do you hear what this music is talking about? It's talking about literally deleting brothers and sisters within his own community. Ones that look just like him. We want to talk black power, black power. Where's the black power there? Where is it? Where is it? Where's the empowerment? When he's talking about in his records, when she's talking about in her records, the very things that are becoming destructive tools that we're using to destroy ourselves within the same communities that we purport to be, uplifting because black man, black woman. And this ain't just a race thing. I'm not getting down to it's a black, it's a white thing. We're supposed to be beyond this at this point. But unfortunately, we got to have the whole conversation. Diddy is allowed to exist because of celebrity culture. And the moment we stop truly worshiping celebrities, I mean at every level, we have to ignore them. If we say that we don't buy into them, we got to, as I've been seeing the unfoldment of what's been going on in the politricks, the world of polytricks, right? The world of illusion that has stood before us since the beginning of time. And you see a certain party continue to welcome one by one its propagandist machines, its most powerful propagandist machines who used to have an effect, but now no longer have the same effect because, we're finally waking up. Income Usher, income Eminem, income the queen, the boss. How you gonna call another human being the queen over you unless that's your queen? I'm never calling no damn woman no queen unless it's wifey. What? Got another thing coming. Oh, my queen, my boss. She ain't no damn boss. She's not cutting a check for me. She's on that stage shaking her behind. Has nothing to do with me and my behind. That ain't got nothing to do with my life. Oh, but we gonna put her on the stage. You should vote because, a master said so. Queen said so. Oh, Usher, he danced real good. You should listen to him. What? Absolutely not. We stop feeding it. Stop feeding. We talk about we hate making people who have no talent or do not have our best intentions at heart famous, and yet we continue to do it. We do it. We do it. I don't even want you having my opinion above your own. Straight up, I don't. I want you to hold your own regard and your own opinion of you higher than anybody else's opinion of you, not mine. If you hold mine above yours, that's between you and you. So let alone somebody who's out there doing the foolishness, the absolute mostest, the worstest. That individual right there, you're about to look up to like there's somebody to look up to. Are you? But they make good music though. Remember R. Kelly? Remember him? He's the dude having the talent shows inside of Cell Block 6 right now. Remember him? That dude right there, Robert Kelly, got away with the most... There was a physical tape played in court of this man in the early 2000s where he was releasing his urine on an individual, a young lady, scratch that, girl, on a video camera. And we let that pass because he can sing, though. I'm done. I'm really done. I'm not going to make no excuses for it. I'm not going to sit here and pretend empathize. I'm not going to black man. They just trying to bring the black man down. I got people who have been around me and, they were talking about certain individuals. Oh, the reason why the system came for Young Thug, the reason why the system came for Tory Lanez is because, they were becoming too famous and too powerful. No, the reason they came after him is because they should have came after him. Because if they did what they did, which I believe they did what they did, or especially in the Young Thug situation, because it was obvious, it was evident, and he said it in his own damn lyrics. You need to stay in the place that you are currently at. You need to sit with your decisions. Nah, you trying to bring the black man down. You see, you bringing that. No, you're not going to shame me into not holding people accountable for their behaviors. I'm holding me accountable. I'm holding you accountable. It's accountability season, y'all. You're not about to shame no damn body into making the right decision. Oh, how could you choose to? Oh, how as a black man, how could you? You're not about to use that on me. That witchcraft ain't about to work on me no more. Sorry, the magic is no longer magicking. Your superpowers have been rendered ineffective. Kendrick Lamar. Ineffective. They don't work anymore. Expired.
I used to be afraid of the dark, a place unknown like a hardening heart. I used to see my life in the bar. Now the kids unchained, every shackle is lost. 2 steps in the moonlight, 2 step in the daytime. You just know when it feel right. You got a feeling the time's not. See you through those shades that I just threw on. Through my lenses, you just can't do no wrong. I fell in love with myself again. I fell in love with myself. I fell in love with the sunshine. I fell in love with the light. I fell in love with the full moon.